Good morning, leadership friends. It's Monday morning, July 20th. This is your friend Rick Olson, the stay-at-home motivational speaker. Very special greetings to you. I hope you had a good weekend. We've all heard the popular saying, laughter is the best medicine. But does that type of thinking apply to something as serious as a global pandemic? Most psychologists would say, yes, it does. They talk about two things that humor does for us. It helps people take back their sense of power in a powerless situation. It also helps us connect with others. And those are two things that we've all lost during this pandemic. You see, leaders, you are the captain of your ship. You're the pilot of your plane. And every employee that you have is a boss watcher. There needs to be a certain lightness about you. And although there's nothing particularly funny about what we're going through, finding humor is a great key for us as we fight through overwhelming fear, anxiety, and grief. Not only that, but loneliness itself for many has become a crushing pandemic. And doctors would tell us that humor might just be the thing that's going to help us get through all of this. Let me tell you about one of the most interesting speaking assignments I've ever had. I was asked to speak for the Minnesota Hospice Association. So all the hospice workers in the state of Minnesota gathered for a convention. I was a keynote speaker for them. And they asked me to speak on the theme, "Are you fun to work with?" When they asked me to speak on that topic, I said, I find it quite interesting that you would want me to speak about being fun to work with when I'm talking to hospice workers. I said, talk to me about that. And they said, we feel it's important that our people understand that everyone needs to live until they die. We want a certain sense of lightness to our hospice workers. So that's what I spoke about to the Hospice Association. So let me ask you a question about humor. Does one have to be funny to be fun? And my answer is I don't think so. See, not everybody's funny. Some people are incredibly funny, but they're funny like 3 hours too late. Their great lines come to them at 6 o'clock when they're driving home. Oh, I wish I would have thought of that this afternoon. I love what Garrison Keillor said about humor. He said, humor is a presence. I love what Proverbs 17:22 says. A merry heart doeth good like medicine. Humor is like medicine. It benefits us in many significant ways. It can provide pain relief. It'll improve positive emotions. It'll help regulate stress. It'll disengage us from distress. It'll improve interpersonal communications. So what should you and I be doing to have a sense of lightness about us as we go through this time? Some practical things. For me, I listen to comedians quite often when I'm driving. The two guys that have really helped me get through this time are Brian Regan and Jim Gaffigan. If you haven't checked them out, I highly encourage you to do that. Make sure you introduce some office fun. I love the branch manager who decided that she would have some fun. She brought a remote control pickup, brought it into her office, set it by her desk. When one of her employees did something great, she put a candy bar in it, ran it over to them. They pulled out their candy bar. She brought the pickup back, loaded it up for the next one who did something great. Now that is a fun manager. That's my kind of manager right there. Sometimes it's just good to share old stories. A good, remember when story can be perfect for your office. I'm going to encourage you to have some courage. Tell a few jokes. If you don't know any, just Google them, look them up. Old dad jokes, funny jokes, whatever. You'll find some. Sometimes that can be perfect. Lastly, laugh at yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously. laugh at yourself. It's endearing when you do that. You have my permission to lighten up in the workplace. May you have a great week. May you have a fun week.